We don't need behavioural economics, we already do market research. Hi, I'm Bri Williams, the Behaviour Changer. And one of the objections I used to get from organisations when I was talking to them about behavioural economics, we already have enough information. We have market research and we have data. Why do we need behavioural economics? In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why behavioural economics is important and why it fits a gap that most organisations don't even realise they have. To understand where behavioural economics fits, we need to understand the customer insights landscape. Think of it this way. There's past behaviour, what people have done, and there's future behaviour, what people are going to do. What are we most interested in? The future, what people will do. And the second thing we have to think about in terms of the customer insights landscape, there are two ways we can understand people. We can observe what they do, or we can ask them and they can tell us what they've done. Most businesses spend most of their money on what we call self-reported information. That means things like focus groups or questionnaires or surveys. We might ask people, for instance, if we put this product in the market, what are you going to do? That's a future-oriented, self-reported behaviour. Or we might ask them, why did you buy that car? Which is a self-reported past behaviour. The problem with self-reported behaviour is that it tends to be unreliable. It's subject to sense-making and storytelling, faulty memories. So people might tell me they're going to buy my product if only it has a particular feature. I include the feature and they don't buy it. So self-reported behaviour, asking your customer, we spend a lot of time and money on, and we get a lot of wrong answers. So now let's turn our attention to observed behaviour, because if you see someone do it, it means it's actually happened. When you think about observed past behaviour, you're really looking at transaction data, for example. What products have sold in the store? It's not people telling you what they've purchased, it's not self-reported. You've observed that it's actually happened. So this is the field of analytics and big data. The problem though with most data is that it is set in the past. And while we think past behaviour is a predictor of future behaviour, it isn't always the case. Think back 5 years. I'm sure your personal preferences have changed in that time. In the past, you might have eaten toast for breakfast and now you're eating cereal. Now the promise of big data and artificial intelligence is that this data can take us into the future space. It can predict our behaviour. And that might be true. But most organisations I've worked with and in have struggled with legacy systems. Just trying to match customer records can be problematic, let alone trying to anticipate past behaviour and put it in the realm of the future. So that brings us to our problem. As a business, we want to know all about future behaviour and we want insights based on observed rather than self-reported behaviour. Where on earth are we going to find that information? Well, that is where I believe behavioural economics fits. Behavioural economics is based on observable experiments. We change the conditions, we see what people do, and we extract the information from that. Behavioural economics is not about self-reported answers, self-reported behaviour. And why I believe it's future-orientated? Well, behavioural economics is really the study and the extraction of biases and heuristics that underpin human behaviour. In effect, it's how we are wired to make decisions. That means we can use these principles to anticipate what people will do in a given context in the future. So there it is. Next time you have a stakeholder or a customer tell you, we don't need behavioural economics because we already ask our customers and we have enough data, you know exactly how to talk to them about the role behavioural economics plays. Which is why if you're not using behavioural economics, you're not getting the full picture. If you're interested in insights like this, please consider subscribing, and you can also visit my website briwilliams.com. Thank you, and I'll see you again soon.